Yo boys, Phase Doritos here. Currently got an ear infection, so I have like cotton balls in my ear, kind of fucking with my hearing a bit, but it is what it is. I'm playing into a Destro Windwalker H palette around 23 to 2500 MMR. I can't remember if it's around, this is a higher one or a lower one, but I wanted to post some gameplay footage because I had some people in the other video saying that they wanted to see some gameplay footage of some of the information I talked about. So I'm running the exact same build that I posted in the guide video earlier, and this is a live commentary, so be warned that there will be some errors when I'm talking about this gameplay, or it might be me speaking pretty quick. I might do like a beginner's guide in the future on what I'm doing, but I'm just going to kind of briefly go over what's going on in this game and what I'm thinking and what I'm doing to win this match and how I'm putting out my damage, etc. So here I'm playing on Ashmane's Fall, which is kind of a small map. I don't really like this map because the way that those two small pillars work, it's better for classes that have a lot of stuns and shit. It's a lot worse for my class because I don't really have many like setup CC. Like I have Coil and Shadow Fury, but it's really not that good. Like as an ability with Aff, you verse a Destro Warlock, they can apply so much more pressure. They can double coil. I don't really have that, so it's not as good for me as it is for them. So I put my portal and stuff in the middle pillar because bigger pillars are just way better for me for kiting, and it's just easier for me to go in and port back, and it just feels good to me. So let's see what happens here. I get bopped. I didn't trick and port, but I did get bopped and ported around. I locked the Warlock on Chaos Bolt so I can stop this whole go here. I'm getting dots going. I'm pressing. You see, as you guys see that in the video, the guide video, I was talking about when you press ShadowBolt, you do it after you full dot. I don't know if I can rewind, but look, I full dot. I have a proc. You'll see here. I ShadowBolt on the proc. You see I got a 75k crit? It literally is just like free damage. So here we go, I Soul Rot, and then I Phantom Singularity. I'm going to Dark Glare off of this. So Phantom Singularity, ShadowBolt, I swap my dots. I'm going to Dark Glare here. There we go. I Dark Glare. He presses Dampen Magic. So this is why I never try to kill Windwalkers. I just dot them, but like for the most part, I'm never going to try to kill this guy. It's only going to be the Warlock or the healer that I'm going to kill here. So I'm getting dots up on this Windwalker, full dots on the Warlock here. Going to press Stun. Throw a Shadowbolt proc. As you can see, whenever I get procs, I just instantly toss them out for more damage. I juked his kick, so I get a double suck. Whenever you have Soul Rot, you want to go for like a multiple target suck. You never want to suck the target that has Soul Rot. You want to suck another target so you can do more damage. So I'm starting to cast a Rapture. So what Rapture does is it gives me a Dread Touch, which is this little buff here. And you're trying to apply that so you can get your 30% increased damage on whatever's getting Raptured. Okay, so there we go, full dotting. I have another kick available, and I'm holding my kick for their Chaos Bolt go. I do have a trinket here, so the next coil that comes up in 10 seconds, I'm not too sure if I trinket coil, or if I trinket sweep, or whatever, because it's old footage, but my guess is I'm saving my trinket for the coil so I can kick Chaos Bolt. So let's see what happens here. I Soul Rot. I get a double suck. I get kicked here. I can't kick the bolt, obviously. So my healer goes in for a Hodge, which is really good. I go for a double suck, I get kicked. And here's the double coil. I have trinket. I didn't need to because my healer dispelled me. I get knocked in the air. I can't kick Chaos Bolt because of Nether Ward. For those that are beginner players or, you know, lower rated and don't know what Nether Ward does, it's a reflect and you can't kick into the reflex, so I can't stop the Chaos Bolt. So let's see what happens here. I try to get UA on this lock, and I get UA on the Windwalker. He pops, that looks like he just sweeped, and he's going for Fist of Fury. I lock the Warlock, and this is a micro go. This is a go without Dark Glare. So your second go is going to be when you have Soul Swap, Soul Rot, and Phantom Singularity, which is your purple dot. So I was just waiting to get my purple dot and my Soul Rot, and then press your Soul Swap. That's how you maximize your damage and do the most damage you possibly can. So here we go. I throw my ShadowBolt. As you can see, every time I get a proc, instantly throw it out. Now I Soul Rot, Phantom Singularity, he gets lassoed, and I have a Soul Swap macro, which focus Soul Swaps onto the next target with the focus. So my focus is the Pally. So I'm going to Soul Swap, inhale, and then I'm going to walk forward so I can exhale the dots on the healer. So as you see, I get full dots on the healer, and I lock the bolt, which stops the damage on my LE Shaman, which allows me to cast as well. So now this lock can't kick me. So I go for a double suck off the kick. This is a lot of damage here. So this is a 50 stack drain. 50 stack meaning it's doing, however the multiplier is, it's making my drain do that much more. So I'm draining the target that I put the soul rot on and the target I swap dots onto. So he's getting rotted behind the pillar. This guy's getting rotted in the lasso. This lock's getting destroyed. These guys are going to take the most pressure here. So let's see what happens. So the healer sacked, so he's taking the most damage here. I throw my ShadowBolt, I get a Tormented Crescendo proc, which means I get a free Rapture off of the ShadowBolt. And now I'm casting Rapture, I get kicked, which is fine. I'm pressing Rapture here. I stun the bolt, he kicked at the same time, it's unfortunate, it happens. Let my Agony drop off. I kick, he kicks that, and I try to fear the bolt. Okay, so I get full feared here. The guy looks like he wants to get a Hodge off of this. Yep, he does, he Hodges off of that. And now the Windwalker goes on my healer. I get coiled. This is their big go. I do say that I have a trinket for the coil just in case. I port. I'm running around the pillar. And here comes the soul rot. I do have a soul swap. I didn't wait for my phantom here. Actually, I did. Okay, there we go. So I waited for my phantom singularity. I soul swapped the dots. So it's a full dot in both the Windwalker and the Destro lock. And I don't know if I go for a fear here, but he has no dots to trinket. I could fear here and maybe just win the game on the Warlock, but I might just dot it. I'm not too sure what I wanted to do here. I go for a triple suck actually. And I trinket. I missed my kick. Okay, I just completely fried that one, but that's alright. We're really ahead here because I'm just doing the most damage. This healer has no cooldowns. Lock has no Dark Pact. He has no Dampen Magic. We're doing the most pressure here imaginable. He gets sheared. There's a stun. This is looking really good. Lock presses bolt. I have no kick for that. So he's doing a lot of damage on my Ellie. It looks really sketchy here for a second. I pressed fear on the healer. So as bubble expired, I full feared the healer. He has no trinket. He can't get out of that. This lock presses coil. And that's kind of scary because it's a double coil and I have no trinket. So we kind of look like we're in danger, but our healer does have bubble, so he's able to just bubble and heal, I think, or bop. I'm not sure what he does. So he gets double coiled. The coil actually did nothing. The lock pressed fear in the coil, which is really good for us. He didn't set up his go. I get half incapped, and I still have dots running on the DPS. I'm going for a half fear here. I full dot off the half fear, and I hold my kick for bolt. So I'm trying to make sure to kick bolt or just have kick available so this lock is scared to use his bolt because he doesn't want to get kicked. So he gets sheared there. I have a Rapture proc, which is this like weak right here. And I have Soul Rot full dots on this guy, and I have Soul Swap available. So I'm going to swap my dots. I don't know if I'm swapping on the healer. I get it on the healer, okay. So now I Dark Lair. This is going to be a big go. We might just win here because healer has no cooldowns. I'm not sure if he has sack. Lock has no wall. He already used Dark Pact. And I'm going for Dark Lair, and I'm going to Tormented Crescendo proc, which is this, which is going to give me a lot of pressure on everybody. It's going to be 30% more damage on the whole planet. So let's see what happens here. So I Dark Lair, press my Rapture proc, and I drain. This lock's taking the most pressure here, and I kick him on bolt after being sheared. Oh, he's just dead. Yeah, it's pretty much just over. So that's a game into a Windwalker lock. Usually it's a lot harder than that. They go me, but they were going on my Ellie, which is so good for me. And I'm not sure what MMR that was. Let me actually see. I forgot. That was a 2280 MMR game. And what CR was I? I don't even remember. I was 26 CR and they were around 2300. But we did win a lot of games this session. So let's see another game. DH Boomy, I'm not sure. Did we win this? Don't even remember. MVQ, oh, we lost this. Okay, this is one comp that we just don't know how to win this. Like, the Boomy just controls the game, and the problem into Boomy DH for us is that he just presses clone whenever he wants to. We just don't have enough CC to stop him from doing whatever he wants. Like, eventually he will get the clone, he will control the game, and it's just making it very hard for us to win. They swap our healer whenever they have an opportunity with a stun, so they're going to go my healer in the stun. We don't have any peels here to really stop him, so I just try to do damage to counter, and it seems like it's just not paying off. I try to press fear on this Boomy. They get like every cooldown out of our healer here, and it's just the most insane pressure. We don't know what we can do here. I'm getting hodged into clone, so I just get CC'd for 10 seconds, and it's just really difficult to really play into this. I try to get dots going and try to get pressure, and we're just really struggling here. We get the lasso, we try to get pressure off our pally. I get the soul rod, I try to swap my dots to try to get something going, and it's just very hard here to get dots on this healer. I try to get dots, I can't play my character still. I pull it up to get soul swap, and I think my healer just dies here. He just doesn't have anything. Okay, they beam my, it looked like they beamed my Ellie there, and I Shadow Fury, so we lived a little bit longer. I pressed Contagion, so we're kind of rotting here. We're rotting them. We got the healer's bubble, which is really good for us, but he still has Trinket, so unfortunate. We got Marksman, so technically the Boomy can die, and if we get the healer's Trinket, we just kind of win the next time we have any pressure on the Boomy. But we're kind of out of cooldowns ourselves. Like, our Ellie has 8 seconds left until wall. Our healer doesn't really have anything except for bop and a hodge, it looks like. So we'll see what's going to happen here. It looks like their enemy healer is going for a hodge on our healer or a rep or something. He gets incapped potentially into a clone or a rep off. I'm not sure. The stun, they're probably going to go for a swap on my healer here. Yeah, it looks like they're swapping my healer. Half stun into hodge. Yeah, he's just looking dead. Yeah. It is what it is. We haven't figured out, we haven't cracked the puzzle yet into Boomy DH. It seems very hard to win because clone just controls the game. Like, you only have one kick, or if you get precog on like one clone, you get full cloned, and it's just very tough. So, little analysis on DH Boomy, very hard matchup. So let's see. Let's see what else we got here, boys. So here's a game into a comp that we beat. Like, this comp we completely destroyed. It, honestly, whenever we verse a Ret Hunter, as long as you survive, in the long run you will win. Like, in the long run you will win this game. It's not a doubt. You just make sure to get your pressure up, start pumping them, and run at them like the entire game, and eventually you'll just win. So here I just send all of my CC on the Marksman because he's the scariest guy in the team. If the Marksman plays a game, he's gonna put stuns, he's gonna use aim shot, he's gonna 100-0 you like off global. You can't really kick it like you can kick a Destro Warlocks on Chaos Bolt. So it's really hard to beat it without a pillar. A pillar is really nice. Using your stuns and your CC on him is really nice too, so you can get pressure on everybody. So I threw my coil on this Hunter, and I fully dotted the Ret, and I'm starting to try to get pressure out on everybody. So let's see what happens here. So our Shaman Lava Burst spams this Ret. I get kicked. Okay, I get a double suck here to try to help out in healing. I try to fake a kick here. It doesn't look like he wants to go for the kick here, so I just start casting. I pull this Ret around the pillar so I can avoid damage from this Marksman Hunter. He dispels, and he gets taken really low there. I'm going for a double suck, just pressing that whenever I can. And alright, so here we go, just getting dots up, pressing Rapture. And I do have a Phantom Singularity. I press it off cooldown, my purple dot. And I go in to try to stop the Revive Peck, but I can't. So I go for a Shadow Fury instead. I get full dots. Oh yeah, this game, I remember now. I was dotting the pet a lot. We were killing the pet non-stop, being really annoying for this Marksman Hunter. So whenever he decided to like come out the pillar and try to do damage, his pet was dead. And that reduces his damage by a lot. So if you can manage to kill his pet, it's gonna stop him from playing the game. So essentially it just made it so my healer and my Ellie were just killing the Ret while I just chased down this Marksman and kept them CC'd and kept dotting the healer. And eventually you just win. So here we go, we go for a Soul Rod. I don't have a Phantom Singularity for this, so I just go for a suck off of that. And as you can see, my Inevitable Demise, before it went away, it was 39 stacks, which is still a pretty big one. Like, you don't always have to go for a 50 stack Inevitable Demise, which is your Drain Life talent that gives you more damage on Drain. But you can go for a smaller Drain, which is pretty much going to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm throwing my ShadowBolts. As you can see, I always ShadowBolt off cooldown, so I could just get extra dip bonus damage whenever I need it. Let's keep going. Let's see what happens here. Pressing Rapture, getting dots on the pet, full dots on the pet. Rapid fire on that. We overlapped. It's unfortunate, but he got kicked, so it's fine. As you can see, I had an 80k crit on a bolt there, which is so sick. I just love seeing those bolts hit really hard. I try to get full dots on a healer here. I do. Now I go for a big suck. I go for the suck. I kill the pet here. Pet dies. Now this guy has to go and try to like remake a pet. So we just kind of get really annoying and stand in their face, stop him from doing shit. And he's currently just losing so much damage by not having a pet. He's gonna try to summon one now. And there's the Hodge. I don't have Dispel because I was going kick for this healer. Trying to be really annoying. He's trying to juke me here. Don't get juked. There's a Disorient. Okay, so this rotated wings again, so he's gonna have a lot more damage now. This is kind of scary for us, but we're still fine. We have like every cooldown. We have wall. I have wall. I just dark pacted high, so if they do swap me, I won't be in trouble. And I'm soul rock casting on this ret here, and I'm gonna try to get a big suck here. Okay, so I get my UA, refresh it. I contagion there. As you can see, contagion off cooldown, very massive. All right, we're getting dots up. Phantom Singularity, this guy, coil. You know, kind of a messy rotation there on that hunter, but that's perfectly fine. As long as you're getting your cooldowns off on cooldown, you're doing a lot of pressure for the most part. So just remember that, guys. Just keep getting your dots up and keeping them up. That's like one of the most important thing, and then pressing your contagion, and you're going to do a lot of damage. It doesn't always have to be perfect. Like having your Phantom Singularity, Soul Rot, full dot is ideal, but sometimes your cooldowns get out of whack. For some reason, you might not have Soul Rot when you have Phantom, so you press Phantom without Soul Rot, and that's perfectly fine. And you might have Soul Swap and you don't have Soul Rot, which is fine. So what you do is you just work with what you got. You Soul Swap off cooldown, you try to keep your dots on everybody, and that's perfectly fine. You'll still do around 70 to 80k DPS. You know, having perfect rotation the entire game is great, and you might do like 5 to 10k more DPS if you do perfectly, and that is great. But sometimes you don't get a chance to do that, or you know, for some reason your dots get dispelled, or you get stunned and you get set back and you got to keep going. So it is what it is. You just work with what you got, and it should be fine as long as you're just doing what you have to do to win, which is survive. So here we go. I refresh my dots there, and I get dots on the healer as well. He feign deaths my dots, and I just reapply. Can't get it. Get kicked. We're still chilling. This guy's in a root, which is really good for us. We get dots, and I'm trying to Soul Rot Phantom. So here we go. We got a really good setup here. My dots didn't bug out after he dispelled. Oh, I think we kill him here. Oh, nope. Magic Bop. He lives. Okay. But we're doing really good. Like, we're winning on mana here. We're winning on cooldowns, and everything just looks great right now. So I'm going to full dot this pet again, trying to keep the pet dead, like throwing everything that I can. I threw a ShadowBolt proc into it too. So just literally just whenever I see the availability of it, I just, you know, press dots on it. So here we go, going for a fear in the healer, trying to be annoying. Yo, okay, so another thing, guys, I like to go for fears and dampening. As you can see, dampening starting up 15%. You see he's ooming, so it's very important for him to be falling behind. So whenever I see dampening start ramping up, that's when I start going for CC more. I start to really harass a healer because I know my win condition is very soon. So here I'm seeing the healer with no trinket, and he practically had no dots, so I decided to just fear him for a second. So here we go. I Soul Rotted, and unfortunately the guy turtled it, but you know, I still got Soul Rot on one guy. I swap my dots on the pet again, and I go for a big suck. Always doing that. Always trying to kill a pet too. So I'm throwing bolts on that, being really annoying to the pet, harassing it the entire game. Another ShadowBolt proc, and just doing the most pressure here. As you can see. The pet dies again. This is really rough for him, because now he needs to make another pet, and they're scared. The healer needs to get a drink too. And guys, sometimes it's okay to let the healer drink. Like, if the healer's drinking and they're both like 50%, more often than not, if he goes for a drink, he's not going to be able to top them when he comes off the pillar, because they're both half HP and dying. And you make the decision, do we win the game here or do we stop the drink? And more often than not, I like to just try to win the game. So here we go. I fear the aim shot. He's going for a drink still. I thought my port was on that pillar to stop the drink, but good thing the healer came off the pillar. I didn't have to go to try to stop it. So he comes out to try to get his hots back, and I try to get dots on him. I press ShadowBolt proc, get my UAs, get everything going. Hunter still hasn't summoned a pet, so he's still just no pet, doing less damage. Really good for us. I press ShadowBolt into that guy. He tries to revive a pet. I don't have a way to stop it, but it's fine. I think we win here, because, yeah, we win. I have a Dark Lair, and that's big damage, yeah. And we just killed the Hunter. Nice. So I just wanted to show you guys a little short gameplay footage of, you know, some games on a relatively high MMR. You know, this is 22 to 2400, these games. Later in this queue session, we did go up to like 2500-ish CR, and we were like 2600 MMR. So these games are like pretty high up there. These guys are not like the worst players in the world, you know, but they're not the best either. But this is a good example on how to play AF into certain comps. And you know, I might make videos in the future, but you know, no guarantees. I don't work like this. This is not like something I do all the time. But if you do want to support this stream, follow the Twitch in the description below. New videos, potentially, no guarantees. Whenever I feel like making a video, I make a video. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching, and I'll see you guys next time.